Welcome to Season 2 of the Shekina Meditation Podcast, created by community members and friends of Shekina Garden in Pai, Thailand. Shekina communities are dedicated to creating free devotional spaces of Christian practice for spiritual seekers and travelers around the world. We post Christ-centered guided meditation each week to help you in your personal or small group practice. You can find episode show notes and other information at shekina.com.
Hello friends, it's Ro and Ray here.
Hello.
Greetings. It's Season 2, Episode 93 of the podcast, and we're sitting out in the garden under a tree. It's just started to sprinkle rain on us. It's quite nice. As always, friends, our patrons are supporting this podcast. Thank you. We're raising money to keep our community running all the time, and your patronage is part of the way that we do that. You can find us at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast and support us there if you're interested.
Yeah, and we want to give a special shout out to Tom. Thank you, Tom. Tom has supported us at the $50 level, which is amazing. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, friends.
If that's not what works for you right now, then we have other ways you can support us. So you can do that by rating or reviewing us on iTunes or on Spotify, or share the podcast in another way. Maybe on Instagram or on Facebook. You can like or subscribe on YouTube, or you can just tell people about it. We appreciate it when you tell people about this podcast, because we know that you appreciate us putting it out into the world, and also just that you're listening, and it helps to know that we are connected across the world.
Yeah, it's a little gang of meditators all around the place.
Like a gang.
A little gang. Thanks so much. So today's episode is a Lectio Divina style meditation. It's on the Lord's Prayer from Matthew 6, verse 7 to 13 with Ray. Firstly, Ray will offer some exercises just to help us find a quiet readiness for meditation, making some space and quiet. Secondly, she'll guide us through the verses with plenty of space for our own contemplation. And then third, we recommend that you spend some time processing your meditation. If you're listening with others, sharing in a talking circle, maybe passing a stick or a stone around the circle and letting each person share, giving them the chance to share what happened for them during the meditation. Or if you're on your own, you might like to do a little bit of journaling or a little sketch or a drawing, a voice recording to yourself. Really any little way that might help you just to process it gently so that it sort of sinks into the rest of your life. Let's begin.
So let's begin with how we're sitting. So find a comfortable way to sit, and you can move around if you want. During this meditation, you don't have to stay in one place, but it's nice to start by maybe stretching, moving any muscle knots or tightness you have in your body out. And then imagining that your spine is sort of rising from the crown of your head. So instead of just trying to force yourself upward, it's sort of floating upward. And take a moment to really feel how you are settling into the ground. The way that gravity holds you to the mat beneath you. In the way that the breeze touches your skin. Today, the air from the fans or the breeze. Finding yourself here in this body, your body, which is where you experience all of the world from. what a good thing it is. As you become aware of your breath, try to imagine that right in the middle, maybe right under your sternum where your solar plexus is, that you're trying to breathe into that spot. So you're trying to find that place that's sort of right in the middle of you. And imagining it as a little, almost like a little hollow, a little place. And that as you breathe into that place, you are allowing yourself to have the space and the time you need to sit with the divine presence today, to sit with the Spirit of God. And that this is a gift to yourself, and that this is something that you are invited to do by the Spirit of the divine, of the Spirit of Christ. When you're ready, you can bring your attention to your sense of hearing, noticing the different sounds around you. Today we have sounds that come from nature, the natural world. We also are in a village, and we have the sounds of people. Let your attention drift from sound to sound, lightly touching them maybe in your imagination, following them. This ever-present life around you. What is the farthest sound that you can hear? And what is the closest sound that you can hear? Which might not be the loudest sound, but the closest sound. As you meditate, you can come back to playing with sound, or if you are distracted by sound, you can use it to remind you to return to your place of focus. We all come to meditation together in the morning with many things that have happened already today, many things that will happen later in the day, and our minds are often full of thoughts. We want to try to clear a space for these thoughts, these words, this time. So since it's butterfly season here, I would like to invite you to imagine that you are lying on some grass with maybe a mat beneath you, something soft, looking at the sky. And as you lie there, butterflies that are your thoughts are gently flying by. They're just kind of drifting overhead. As you see a thought, a butterfly, stay with it for a moment, follow it. Watch it fly by. And then imagine that these thoughts, these butterfly thoughts, they find a patch of flowers that they really like. And they all fly away. And they are there for you, for later. But right now, what you can see is the clear sky. Maybe there are some clouds in the sky. Maybe there is a tree branch. All you have is the sky before you. This is what you can focus on if you find yourself drifting. Come back to this image of lying on the grass and looking at the sky. Enormous, wide, spacious. And here in this little patch, this mat where you lie, looking at the sky, free time ahead of you where you're allowed to meditate and focus. This is your space of love. You are very welcome here. And this is a space where you have been invited. The divine presence is here with you, welcoming you, inviting you. And it's not a mistake. You are very welcome here. I'm going to read for the first time. And during this first reading, as you're lying there looking at the sky, allow the words to drift by, to surround you. See if any come close enough to see that you want to look more closely, close enough to reach out and touch. And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Pray then like this: Our Father in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. For the second reading, there will be a lot of space in between each verse. You can allow yourself to go deeper with the words. Maybe imagine what pictures do they bring to mind. Play with the sounds of them in your head. Move closer to them. Let yourself imagine more clearly what these words could be and mean. And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Pray then like this. Our Father in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. In the last reading, you have an opportunity to see if there's anything you'd like to revisit, or if anything comes to you in a different way, or if there's anything you'd like to keep and take with you. And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Pray then like this: Our Father in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Take a moment to gather yourself back, coming back to the space, back to the circle. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and we'll begin the third part of our meditation, the sharing circle.
Thank you for joining today. There will be a new guided meditation available each week, so don't forget to subscribe to iTunes or sign up for our newsletter to get podcasts delivered to your inbox at www.shekinacommunity.com/podcast newsletter. Also, you can rate or review on iTunes or sign up as a patron at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. Have a beautiful week. Many blessings to you.